Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final part of God of War. So we finally made it to the Giants Realm. Huzzah! And Mimir is thankfully going to give us a moment.
Listen, the last thing you two need up there's a decomposing heat ruining the moment.
Oh, you don't want to be a third
I'll
wheel.
leave you here. This is between you and the boy.
True.
Just tosses that aside.
My
lady sips soft, perfect sloshers.
Aw, they made up. How cute.
Sorry.
They may not last a session, but yes.
Okay. So he's not actually crying due to, like...
He's
due to
grossed out by
emotion.
that.
He's like, oh, gross head.
Damn it. Fine.
Well, no, he is overcome with emotion.
I can do this. No, I can't.
Okay.
Ready.
Okay. I guess this is where Mimir is going to end up at the beginning of the next game with those two.
No, we get him back after we're done with our business here.
Oh, okay.
Hoping the last shot of this was just them putting a slinky down the top of the stairs. Like, this is what we've been building up to, boy.
Just
All these stairs.
Just that scene from Ace Ventura.
Yeah. Isn't this incredible?
And then it stops 2 steps from the bottom.
Well, now we have to do it all again. And he's buying a stairway to Jotunheim.
Da-da-da,
That kid should not be...
da-da-da.
That kid should not be running up the stairs faster than Kratos. His legs are definitely shorter.
Yeah, but he's got all this crap on him.
Yeah, also, Kratos isn't running full speed.
Right over there.
John, did you ever run up the stairs when you lived in Philadelphia?
Yeah, multiple times.
We did it.
How hard is it?
Not hard at all.
Oh, man. You're telling me Stallone lied?
Wait, the thing that people seem to gloss over in the film proper is that the steps were the last thing he ran the entirety of, no, it wasn't the Schuylkill, but it was a long stretch of like 4 or 5 miles beforehand. So that was like the last thing he did. So like at the end of that kind of hike, I'd imagine, yeah, it would be pretty challenging. But it's like if it's the only thing you do, it's like, anybody can
Why
do
is
that.
he taking off his bandages?
Because it's symbolic.
They're also bloody and needs to change them.
That's how you get infections.
How long is a Band-Aid dressing supposed to last? It's like just 24 hours, right? You're supposed to change it after 24 hours? Or some other shit? I don't know.
It's not as if he was actually bleeding now.
I'm having my moment, son.
Boy.
Man, I would love for him to have just a fucking full God of War costume. Having this heart-to-heart with his son.
A bag of jelly beans. I have been saving them for this moment.
I mean, you said that. I was about to just say, "Would you like a jelly baby?" And I'm like the only person here who get that.
I have no idea what that is.
It's Doctor Who, classic
Oh, okay.
Doctor Who, like Tom Baker Doctor Who.
Is that the one with the fez?
It's the one with the long ass scarf.
Okay. Which one has celery? One has celery, right?
The celery is the 5th Doctor. The scarf is the 4th Doctor.
Boy.
Okay.
The recorder is the 2nd Doctor.
Just thought I'd hear voices.
I don't think the 3rd Doctor had a quirk other than being a bit of a dandy.
You say celery?
The 5th Doctor wore a stick of celery on his lapel. Yeah. The in-universe explanation was that if in the presence of certain gases that the Doctor was allergic to, it would turn purple. But that never happened, so we don't know if the Doctor was bullshitting or not. The funny thing was the actor himself actually didn't like celery, so it was just a random idea that someone thought up when designing the Doctor's costume for that generation. It was
Like, yeah, or they had no money for a quirk.
No, they were just like trying to figure out a funny thing to have the Doctor wear, and one of them was just like celery on his lapel.
Yeah, but you'd have to get a new piece of celery every time you're shooting.
Every day.
Yeah.
It was like from the 4th Doctor onward, all of the Doctors had to have something stupid in their costume, but like from the for the 5th, 6th, and 7th Doctors, they also had to have question marks in their costume because Doctor Who. But then they stopped doing that, and
He's not the Riddler.
I remember when the new BBC show, it's not new anymore, but when the rebooted BBC show came out in the late 2000s, I remember in high school, somebody, I forget who made me watch it, but I watched it. And I remember when watching the first episode, the girl's like, I'm going to go with the doctor. And then the side character's like, Doctor who? And I'm like, they said it. They said the thing. Man, this really is a God of War.
This is Egyptian.
It's your axe.
Is this Egyptian?
Smaller.
No.
No, this is... Okay, I was fooled by the gold for a second there.
Arguing with the
It does kind of have an Egyptian look to it,
She-
in that everything is profile.
giants?
Yeah. But then I'm like, oh no, those are runes. Okay. That's not hieroglyphs.
The first time we met the world serpent.
Man, somebody got the guide for the game and has been putting these here the whole time.
And our fight with Baldur.
What?
This one's saying they're going to play online.
Wait,
So yeah, things were a little bit foreseen.
everything that was going to happen. The dragon in the mountain. The
They look like
skull
Rocket
rising,
Sock'em robots on the thing there.
all these drawings. This is our story.
No. This is your story.
Well, no, you did most of the work, Kratos.
Yeah, as I say, you did a lot of heavy lifting. Don't sell yourself short.
I'm Atreus of the Xanacar Apes.
Secrets.
So yeah,
I thought we were part of the Beset Rocks.
yeah, the mom has a lot more going on than we thought. So probably gonna get explained in Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
I'm a giant.
Well, you're part giant, part god, part human. You're kind of a mutt.
Why didn't you tell us?
Well, I mean, you knew she was a giant, so
She sent us here.
No, we strictly didn't know that. At least
If you're
not
a
from the
giant,
beginning.
I'm a-
Well, Kratos knew,
I'm a
but he didn't.
Colossus.
Why not just tell us the truth?
Your mother would have had good reasons.
I like how accepting Kratos is of that idea that his mother, you know, probably had good reasons.
He was tracking her all along.
Ah.
She was only ashes.
If she had a plan for us, I trust it. Whatever it is. Besides, she hasn't been wrong yet.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah. You're all,
Technically, no.
Okay, what if she
you're all
was?
very at peace with this.
very convenient he didn't see this last drawing, which is...
Behind
dramatic
curtain number
pan.
1 is Kratos gonna die.
Yeah, but he'll just walk out of hell again. Jeez. Kratos has died like 7 times.
Okay, well, that's an interesting twist.
When does the sequel come out again?
It's Mother's.
Later this year, provided nothing goes wrong.
Okay.
She saw every step we took.
Yeah, I kind of feel I haven't heard anything about it, like, in a while.
I imagine it's going to be their not E3 presentation headliner for this year.
I feel like that's just an unfortunate reality of the world we live in and the impact the pandemic had.
Yeah, I mean, E3 is pretty much.
Well,
dead
I mean,
as
there's
an
that,
idea.
but also that games are taking longer to make, and we're seeing less of them as they are being made. Like, if I remember correctly, there's a theory going on that, like, with Nintendo, a lot of the stuff that is releasing this year was supposed to come out last year, for example. But it just kind of didn't, because, you know,
Yeah.
the world.
No. We do it together.
Now it's time for the emotional.
He said the
scattering
word!
of
He said the
anarchy.
thing!
Ah.
But that implies that he's not going to be shouting boy in the sequel all the time. And is it even really the same game?
It's not going to be Dad and Boi. It's going to be Dad of Son.
Yeah, Lewis, that's
Like,
that's
yep,
how
that's
that
how it
works.
Well, no, he doesn't necessarily have to be a dad of son. He can be a dad of daughters.
True.
I mean, yeah.
Takes
but
up more space on the box, though. It's a lot longer.
that would
word.
involve him getting married again and having more kids, So, you know, bit of a time skip there.
Well, no, he already is a dad of daughter. He just killed that one. You know.
We don't talk about that one
Ah,
anymore.
the
though.
prequel of the prequel, dad of daughter.
Oh, is that like a body over there?
Giant, yes.
Yeah, giants.
This place is depressing.
I love you, Mom.
Yeah, it kind of is.
You see the giant ray head from Ava. What's that doing there?
Oh, God. There's nothing for us here.
Come.
All right.
So Odin's paranoid about a bunch of giants that are all dead? Or are they all dead because Odin's paranoid?
Mother was a
He doesn't know they're all dead.
Okay.
which makes me part.
Wait, but Odin can see everything. He can even see why kids love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Why does... How does he not see God?
It's not that simple.
My name on the wall. The giants called me Loki.
Dun dun dun.
Oh,
Boy.
twist!
That's the name your mother wanted for you when you were born. She must have called you that to her people.
I thought it was stupid.
I personally wanted to go with Todd
Question
Hiddleston.
for another day. Let us go home.
I was personally vibing for Kratos.
Great. Oh my God.
And it cuts the credits before you can finish the dad joke.
For a moment, it looked like the camera was going to shift to behind Atreus there, and that would have been a nice moment if they had done that.
Ooh, that actually would have been nice, yeah. Like the final walk down is from his control.
Do you only get that after you beat the game?
Well, I mean, there's New Game Plus, and there's still side quests you can do and all that, so.
Sense now. Why she want to end up here? Be with her kind?
Oh, interactive credits. Okay.
This year?
Yeah.
Is this what she wanted us to see?
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta get you pricks to pay attention to us somehow.
Yeah, but you're... Okay, so the only difference is that instead of paying attention to your phone while the credits are wandering, you're paying attention to the subtitles and to Kratos.
Yeah.
You're still not reading it.
No, it can't be.
Yeah.
And finally, Kratos is going to tell a good story.
The Great Warrior?
All Spartans are great warriors. We trained from birth. Our lives were discipline, duty, battle, and death.
I like this. I like this moment where he's actually like, you can tell he still has pride in his Spartan heritage.
Sparta was unlike the rest of us. He wore a smile even in the worst of times.
Oh, so yeah. So there's a story behind Atreus' name too.
That though we were machines of war,
Kratos had a friend? I don't
Yes.
believe that. This is bullshit. You're making this up, Kratos.
Well, it's interesting to dip into this because we don't actually find out much about Kratos' life as a Spartan.
turned the tide in our favor
We know he was a Spartan, and
on his shield.
that's where his like fighting prowess comes from. But we only ever learn much about Kratos after all of the bad stuff happened to him. You know?
Wow, you actually told a good story. Amir missed it.
I thought, like, at first, Atreus was the name of that dude that Kratos ended up accidentally killing in, what was it, God of War 2?
Yeah, but nope, that's not him.
Yeah, that's not. It's a completely different dude. I thought that's what they were going for. Because I don't remember if we ever learned that dude's name.
It's just cool that
I bet there's
we get this look. We get a little brief glimpse at that side of Kratos.
maybe helping people was part of why Mom sent us out here too.
does Atreus say this if you 100% the game before the end?
I have no idea.
No, I think this is always here in the end.
That's a weird name. I'm glad we went with yours.
Oh yeah, so in Norse mythology, Loki causes Ragnarok. So,
Hold on to your butts.
Glad to see you. I believe I've reached my limit for dwarven chat.
oh, they just left him on the ground?
Yeah.
Took an uncomfortable number of measurements and then proceeded to bicker about the weather.
Where do you want us to take you?
How about the warm confines of anywhere bloody else?
I like that they are actually sticking with Mimir now, though. I mean, he is useful, but you know, it's a nice little little.
He's a nice character to bounce off of.
Yeah.
Oh, so was that really all the credits?
Yep. Well, the main credits. I think we get more if we do the thing I'm gonna do to end the game off of.
Oh, okay.
But I skipped them because, again, you know, big, expensive AAA game means there's so many credits.
When we eventually get to Rayman Origins, I speed up the credits by 5 times, and it still takes 5 minutes.
Jeez.
Oh God.
And that's the most.
That's Ubisoft,
Yeah,
right?
that's Ubisoft. So they have to credit Ubisoft of France, Ubisoft of Germany,
Everyone.
Ubisoft of Jamaica, Ubisoft of Yugoslavia.
I think it's like the same reason why fucking like the Scott Pilgrim game is also obnoxiously long.
So, yeah, there's concern that Ragnarok's starting right now.
I think killing Baldur is what starts Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Hold on.
since Kratos and quote-unquote Loki did do that, so...
Oh, you're making me very nervous.
Oh.
No, sooner or later.
Dangerous, know when you know it. It's the end.
Hold on.
How dare you make me the voice?
If I look up Ragnarok, is it just going to bring up Thor? No, it's not. Okay. Wow. That's
How about that?
What he means,
Not even the Hulk.
yeah.
boys. The winner to end all.
Oh no, they're bringing up like the poems. I can't be bothered reading this.
We heard.
Oh man. Yeah. No thanks. I'm not. When the Wikipedia article is too dense for me to bother, you know that it's a lot of work.
So at this point, can you continue on to like do the side quests that you missed, or?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so
Nothing's stopping you.
so you don't have to start a new game. Okay,
No.
that's good.
I think the snowfall area I think only applies to like Kratos' home area.
Yeah. It's just there to say, hey, more to come, basically. Unfortunately, we need to kind of warp our way home, so...
Terrorate the Unity Stone, didn't it? I wanted to fly again.
Well, you didn't fly, you were more falling, but...
Terrible pity.
Okay. Tell me again how Odin knew we were going to Jotunheim before we did.
Odin is extremely clever, you see. Nearly as clever as he thinks.
Nearly as clever as he thinks he is.
If it's about the future, he adds it to his collection. Helps him style himself as all-seeing and all-knowing.
Just throwing shade at Odin this entire time.
Control of the future, control of his fate. He'd control every realm of every land in every world if he could.
Well, he
Every
can't, so...
potential pocket of resistance, he seeks to eliminate. Even if you've never posed a threat before, he may think one day you might. So you see, it's not important how he knew before you did. It's important that he was right.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's not paranoia if they are actually out to get you.
I know it still is. That's not how that works.
Feels like a lifetime ago.
Bit drafty, maybe.
45
It's a
whole
light
parts
breeze, but
even.
we're having tree bark in your tadger.
So this is the last thing you can do in the
I'm
game,
gonna sleep through winter.
roughly
So
speaking, so...
coming here ends the game, is what you're saying.
I mean, you get the cutscene, and then you afterwards you wake up, and then you can just go about your business. But
Oh, I
technically
see.
speaking, yes.
Sleep.
Way ahead of
But yeah, hell yeah, I could just fucking switch off.
You're
If
going
only
to
it were
sleep
that
in your
easy.
armor, Kratos? Barbarian. Wait, is that a turtle as his pillow? The hell's wrong with you?
The ball.
So they went to sleep for
Also, how many
3
years?
years?
Roughly, yeah. I mean, God, so...
Not again.
Here, talk to you about the Avengers Initiative, Kratos.
Avengers. Assemble.
Oh. Well, that's
And that's what we end the game on.
Kratos will return.
that's a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
And that's
We're gonna
kind of
have
why
to wait
everyone's
until
hyped for the
the-
next game.
Ah.
So yeah, thanks.
If it comes out this year.
I mean, it'll come out eventually, obviously, but...
Yeah, it's a little matter of time.
So thanks everyone for watching. Sorry we took a little bit of a break at the end, but you know, looking forward to the next game, and I'm sure I'll get to recording it whenever it does come out. So thanks again for watching, and see you guys all later.
Toodles.